Good morning. Welcome to We Are Live in St. Louis, Missouri. That's Grand Center, the Arts District. We're at Midcoast Studio. Check out midcoast.media for more information about what we do at this lovely studio. You see us at broadcasting live from. Lots to get to today. We've got a Travu, Brendan Schaefer from KMOV in. But first, let's say hello to everybody in the room and elsewhere. The intern, Tommy, has returned. Good morning, Tommy.
What's up, girl?
There it is.
That was good.
Sucker.
I like that.
That's a smooth young man coming off a wild weekend at the Funny Bone.
Okay. Somebody got some comedy hoes. I see.
Yeah, and they've got great blue hair from what I saw.
Gross.
Hey, man, get it how you get in.
Yeah,
ain't no lotion.
No judging, man. Travis Terrell returns from a self-imposed hiatus yesterday. He's live from Random Bodega in Brooklyn, New York. Good morning, Trav.
Namaste, everyone.
Cultural appropriation at its worst. Chris Gardner's the producer. He's here. He's probably upset that we've changed up the set. How are you, Chris?
Oh, I'm great.
That was loud. That was
Why am I
real
coughing?
loud.
Why am I coughing?
I was going to say, what are those new curtains?
Yeah.
They are, yeah.
They look pretty fancy.
They is. Mr. Gardner.
Is that a new desk? Is that desk the same? What's that
It
all
looks
about?
new, doesn't it? It's got
It looks
a nice
cleaner.
shine
Somebody
to
clean it?
Yeah,
Oh,
Tommy.
nice.
Tommy wasn't on the show today. He just did a bunch of cleaning and setting up around the studio
I was on the show today.
yesterday.
It looks a little bit darker behind Gardner, too.
Well, that's because his soul radiates through the room.
Ah, fair enough.
We don't have souls.
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
I do. I have an innocent soul. It's great.
Lots to get to
Good morning,
today.
gentlemen
Oh, hey.
in
what's going
St.
on?
Louis, and good morning, gentleman in Brooklyn. And is it Namaste, Travis? Namaste?
Namaste.
Namaste to my
Namaste.
walnuts. And that's how you begin a show, boys.
Certainly is, and a great way indeed. KMOV sports writer Brendan Schaefer is going to come in for the whole second hour, right, Gardner?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is exciting.
Like physically
stuff.
be in the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here covering the Blues in town.
It's something you haven't done in a while.
What's a blue? What's that?
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
What's
we
going
asked
on
you?
with what's I heard the hockey team is playing and playing well in the championships.
Gary Clark Jr. just booked himself 740 more gigs outside of the Enterprise Center, that's for sure.
The way you talked about it, you sounded like me.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, I see you're getting your Blues playoff watch on, huh?
I watched it once. Yeah.
Ooh.
It was on, and I would come in and out, and then it was at the game we lost like 7-2 or something weird. I was like, oh, this isn't going good at all.
So that's why we lost. So your bum ass decided to watch the
Yeah, like
Stanley
every
Cup
time
final, and then we
every
get our
time I
ass
watch,
blown
we
out.
lose.
No,
So
you watched that one with your grandpa that they won.
oh, that's true. That's right. Never mind. Yeah, that's right. But then like after that, I watched the one at the Funny Bone the night I was hosting, and oh boy,
How's watching a playoff hockey game at a comedy club?
it was different because like they have this little TV set up so that people can check the score and stuff, and oh boy, it was different for
Were
sure.
people in better moods to hear jokes when they saw that the Blues had given up a touchdown?
Oh, Jesus Christ. No.
Boy,
no,
it's
they
great.
weren't.
I'll tell you what, it's great to have you two back.
Somebody went, one of the comics went, how about them Blues? And the crowd went, ugh, and groaned at him. It was great.
You're confusing him, Travis, when you said when the Blues gave up a touchdown.
No, Blues don't make touchdowns. They make goals.
Is that what they do? I don't think that's how it
Yeah.
works.
Touchdowns is football.
Oh,
Yeah. I've been studying.
good job, Tommy.
Oh,
I've been taking a master class in sports. So,
Did they offer that one?
no.
I love those.
Trump University.
Well, that's defunct now, I believe.
Yeah.
We've got a couple segments today. We'll
It's going to
do,
be defunct like those Bruins.
Oh,
Ooh,
damn.
Look at Tommy talking trash. I like
Yeah.
it.
Face Off.
And then you end it with a bitch. You gotta end it with a bitch.
That's good. That's good advice.
Do it one more time. One more time, Tommy.
It's going to be defunct like them Bruins, bitch.
Yeah. Had some bite.
Yeah.
That was heavy.
Anyway, face off and what else?
I want to point everybody. Yesterday was a delightful
Oh,
show.
you had another white
Insightful.
male in that.
Oh, there it is. There it is. No, I had
Oh.
somebody above an intern in, and that was nice.
Hey.
It was great.
Hey.
Yeah, that's a shot at two
That
of you.
hurts.
That's
That is
right.
mean. That is
Yeah.
that is rude. That is mean. I
Oh.
apologize, Chris. That is
the-
not nice.
The one guy who could get the most
See who
advice.
goes to.
Yep, there it is. No, it is great it's great to have everybody back. We're doing Face Off. What's Face Off, Gardner? What's going on with that?
Face off is what
Wait,
we're
what?
calling.
We got a new game. Ooh,
well,
this is exciting.
it's
Travis,
not-
no,
Not
Travis,
quite a game.
Travis, if you will. Boy, our
Face.
there it is. That's
Oh.
all I needed.
I thought
all I
I was
needed.
I'm just calling it face off. It's those the screenshots we have from last week when
Oh, that's
you
good.
when your camera freezes. It's just a quick flip through to see what
Oh my
what it
God.
looks like when that happens.
Our review
So let me get
segment.
this straight. I do very well on not screwing up words, and so you guys come up with a brand new segment that makes fun of my face.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a modern technology infused into the segment,
Yeah.
right?
I'm always looking for something
Yeah.
to slap you around with.
We've got Black Sheep commenting already. Looks like
Oh,
Trav
boy.
stepped up his game, broadcasting location. Goodbye, PF Chang's. Hello, Progressive Insurance Headquarters.
I gotta keep changing these things now.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So we'll do Face Off, and we've got a Trav View. I love these. A
Yeah.
Jewish wedding.
A Jewish wedding. 2% of me is
I
really
did that
excited.
at the wedding.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Did you do
yeah.
that?
I did some dancing. I don't know if I did that dance. I didn't want to get sued. It was a Jewish wedding, so.
What is that?
But I
don't
enjoyed
understand.
myself. Well,
That's
it's
not politically correct.
Is that not PC, Gardner?
I don't know. Tweet it out and see how Black Twitter responds to you and if there's any outrage. That's the only way I know these days.
I love Twitter outrage
Okay,
maps.
fair enough.
We'll do fair or foul today. Your prize, $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. Gardner, I saw an article with this headline.
Yeah.
And I immediately thought of you.
Oh, yeah.
What's our fair or foul topic today?
Your fair or foul topic. Are you ready, boys? What is it, $10 to Buzzes?
Yes, sir. You better use it quick. You better
Okay.
not save it for too long or it will cease to exist.
Human civilization will cease to exist by the year 2050.
Anybody,
Okay.
anybody
come
do
on,
their
man,
life
for
clock math?
real? Oh man, that's messed up, dog. For real.
That's
You gonna
according
pick
to a
that's
report.
that's the photo you gonna use?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, you
I
all
feel
right
like I feel like there were multiple photos you could have
Yeah.
used in this particular case, and you purposely used this
I narrowed
to
it
send
down.
the fear of God in my heart.
I narrowed it down to 3 photos. All of them were the Statue of Liberty underwater. It just depended on which one I was going to use. So, but take that, Brooklyn.
Hey man, that's rude.
So
Hey,
that,
Why would you do that to
climate
Lady
change.
Liberty?
Climate change is going to affect New York City immensely, Travis. Your beautiful
Yeah.
boroughs. Woo, woo, you got some trouble there. Woo, that's gonna be an issue.
I'm going to let you two work this
Well,
out.
imagine if it's doing that to New York, what it's gonna do to your shitty ass River de Pere.
Oh, no, we'll
Literally,
be safe.
shitty ass River de Pere.
We'll
Will
burrow,
you?
We'll burrow
Alright.
down into the soft
Let
limestone
me
of
check.
Missouri.
Let me check the prices for tickets here, because I'm flying up there to kick your ass now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I see the rivers cresting in Missouri.
It's
So you sure you guys want to? You sure you want to brag about your little Statue of Liberty underwater? Because last time I checked, when I was in St. Louis, it looked like those river levels are kind of rising there.
They are. It's
How did it look flying out? Did it look freaky?
It was, I
Yeah.
took the train to Chicago, and so we really the train, of course, went over the bridge, and the water was if a storm had come through that morning, I'm almost certain it would have reached the bridge. It was pretty high, and I think at that point it was getting into. I think they were fearing that it was going to get to the arch steps. I don't know if it ended up doing it. I of course left, but it looked pretty close.
It's not. It's not going to go over that. It seems at this point.
Okay.
It's going to be a foot or two below 93 flood level. at least in St. Louis, it looks like. But I drove down by the River de Pere a couple days ago, down south. Whew,
Oh,
a lot of,
it's crazy.
people were pointing out the garbage that has collected,
Okay.
but that's everywhere. Like if you look along the Mississippi, there's certain collection
Yeah.
areas too. So it's not exclusive to any certain river that's flooding right now. So there's some good. I think the Post-Dispatch had some good pictures yesterday. They had one of I can't remember the statue. It's not Lewis and Clark. I don't.
Probably
Maybe
a
it is.
Confederate statue.
But it's got a statue is a guy holding his hat up in the air, and the statue's got water like up to its chest now. So it's like underwater, but with the hat up in the air, like help, help. And then there's one of the houses that has the stilts that's built on stilts with it, where the water is seeping up to the deck, and it's got a for sale sign on the front of it. There's actually. I know in this, it's a difficult situation. There's been some good pictures that kind of tell the story of kind of what's going on. So that I know it's a natural disaster we're dealing with here, but the photogs have done a good job of telling the story with their pictures. I think at least.
It was cool.
And
he
of
said
all those
photogs.
photos, you chose the one from a film where the Statue of Liberty is tilted over into the water,
Yeah.
heading towards Manhattan.
Well, yeah, because we're talking about flooding here now. I'm talking about climate as a whole. I mean, we've all seen the day after tomorrow, right?
Were you a day
Specifically
after tomorrow?
attacking New York.
Yeah. Oh, it did. It did.
It did. It really did
Tommy,
go out of its
have
way
you
to
seen the
attack.
day after tomorrow?
No, because climate change scares the hell out of me.
Okay, Tommy hasn't seen that, but we found out right before the show he saw the Notebook. Chris tricked him with a question, and it was a beautiful one.
Laid that trap, baby.
Yeah. Tommy forgot his
Tommy.
notebook, Travis, and he's like, my notebook. And Chris goes, my favorite movie. And Tommy goes, oh, that movie sucks. And we're like, you saw it. Notebook test. And then he probably cursed at us under his breath. It was funny.
It doesn't matter because all of civilization is going to be gone in 50 years, and I
Sucks. You
I
would still-
googled it, and now I'm panicking. So.
You'd have a
50.
lot of life to live.
We're looking at 30, Val.
No, that's coming quick. 2050. I did the math. I was like, oh, I'm alive still. Most scenarios.
Tom,
Now-
you better hurry up and get some ass before it's underwater.
Shut up, Travis.
How was your flight?
Just saying. It was long, boys. Papa Bear has been dragging. I haven't had any sleep since last Thursday. I have been traveling. I've been in the streets. I've been in Charlotte. I've been in Chicago. I think I was in D.C. for half an hour. And then I had to get through JFK. When I got to New York, the first go around, I was in LaGuardia. LaGuardia is kind of like Lambert. It's very, it's very easy to figure out where you need to go, how you need to get to certain parts in order to get out of the airport. Very simple. JFK is massive and crowded and intense. And it took me close to about, and I'm not even joking when I say this, it took me close to 40 minutes to get out of the airport because you have to take an air train to go to the subway station, and then you have to walk all the way across the airport just to get to the air train. And by the way, you have to then have a ticket for the air train, and there's a line to get a ticket to get on the air train just to get a ticket on the subway. So it took me about and then I, of course, had to go straight to the Sesame Street offices after landing. So it has been one hellacious 3 to 4 days for your boy. But I'm here because I'm happy to continue to carry this show.
Yeah.
Right. What that's.
I'm not. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Tommy, did I hurt your little weak-ass talented feelings?
No,
You thought you were the star of the show. You thought you were the what everybody showed up for. You thought people came out just to see you because you hosted a couple of shows at Funny Bone.
I mean more than you, yeah.
Oh, guess what? I'm in New York. Suck it.
Okay. All right.
We're off to
that'll
a
show
great
us there.
start.
I mean, how long ago did you start, and how long ago did I start? Let's compare.
Tommy,
What
what else do you got going on in your life?
What?
What do you think
Yeah.
you started?
When
No,
did
but
you start?
what? I'm asking
Oh.
what.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
I mean,
what do you think
I'm
he does?
already way ahead of you, and I'm 21. So.
Tommy, you literally have 4 to 6 years to live. You should be
Oh,
this
no.
ambitious.
Oh no.
That's my new New York humor, guys. You like it? It's cutting. I'm like a black Anthony Jeselnik.
Well, you're kind of like a show killer now.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard from folks around town.
Yeah.
Around town. Is that what they're saying
Yeah.
at the local markets?
What's his
Gardner?
deal
Yeah, yeah, it is kind of weird.
Like he gives like one good line.
What's their name? What's
I'm
their
not
name,
telling-
Gardner?
It's more than one name. So.
Last night, you guys updated your cover photo for We Are Live, right? And I think somebody left a comment on that cover photo. Did you guys see this?
No.
Did you see this, Chris?
I did.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised to know that not a lot of people do any We Are Live social media, but I sure see everything.
Yeah. And somebody commented, "Hey, where's Tommy Mosslander in this picture?"
If
Was
you're gonna
it you?
take the comment of some redheaded bearded yokel,
One of
and use
the
that
redheaded, bearded yokels who's a top fan of this show.
Ooh.
So, I mean,
that's Billy.
You're
Fat
not on the
Pants.
cover, Tommy?
yeah,
Oh, Tommy, you're not on the cover. Oh,
Your
you don't
face
get
is
everything you
cut out of
want
the
at the
cover.
age of 22?
Oh,
I'm
no.
21.
Oh, what way I am?
Do I need to do a mobile
What?
adjustment?
I'm 21.
Oh no.
Chris, did you cut my face out, bro?
Yeah, both of your
No,
faces are cut off.
Face
just-
off.
Yeah, mobile.
Face
Hey,
You did a
on a
face off?
on a laptop, it looks great.
You're cut off.
On a laptop,
Camera 3,
it looks
Gardner.
great.
Or
You're-
Which?
Tommy, walk up to the camera. Walk up to the main camera. I need to see it. Yeah, walk up to the main camera. Man, come on, go higher. There you go. Hey, man, why my face cut off, cuz?
Yeah, your boy didn't adjust for mobile.
I'm better than you.
What does that mean? Jake, that's Jamie Moyer's Fancy Foyer. Travis has been living in a dumpster. He says it's method for writing for Oscar. We know what's up. Is that true? Answer the question.
It's a new writing ability that they're teaching the young up-and-coming screenwriters. Like, you need to live in
about
the
what are
moment
their
to
names?
create
How about
the
just
moment.
how about just up and coming screenwriters, not young up and coming screenwriters?
Oh, I see what you did there. You're attacking my age, you son of a bitch.
I am attacking your age.
We had a professional screenwriter on yesterday, Travis. It's cool.
Oh, let me guess. Chris got all moist. He was excited. Felt like he was at home. Was he
I was,
comfortable?
too.
Was it
It was
the
a
best
great
interview
show.
of his
Yeah,
life?
It was
yeah.
a
Greatest show
fantastic
ever.
He says that like he
Oh,
wouldn't have been
fantastic.
sucking up the whole time he was on if he was here.
You would have
Oh,
asked
Travis.
process. You would have asked
Travis.
at least 5 process
Yeah.
questions.
How does social media influence your writing on a daily basis?
Chris said super
Yeah.
like 10 times.
When I watch Tosh.0, I think of the process of writing. That's exactly what I think of.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
mean, it goes way more into whatever the hell you're doing.
Yeah, putting your hand up a teddy bear's ass.
You mean the pop culture phenom that's been around for 50 years that every celebrity that's been worth a damn has been on?
Yeah, but that's not what you're
That more
doing.
people can
Yeah,
remember
thank
a
you.
Sesame Street episode than they can remember a Tosh.0?
That's not what you're doing, though.
Oh, I don't think he attacked Sesame Street.
You're
you just
part of a
attacked
fellowship.
Yeah. Have you heard of Fellowship of the Ring? Hello.
Oh,
Yeah,
We're a big
you
deal.
know
it's a good movie.
That's, you know what? I'd take
Good
a seat,
point,
Tommy.
Travis.
He's
Good
got a
point, Travis.
Thank
No, it's a good. I can argue fellowship.
Nah, I don't know. Travis has
I
got
think
you
he
there.
just
Yeah.
ended this. He just ended it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
Man.
my friend. Think about the Fellowship and
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings. That was a pretty
Yeah.
good group of people, right?
Yeah.
It might not
big
make
deal.
sense, but he got you.
Yeah, yeah,
I
Travis.
got your ass.
You sure don't mind Caucasians in that scenario, huh?
They ain't Caucasians, Chris.
Oh,
They
what?
weren't
I
Are
kind
There
of look
was an
like a
elf.
hobbit, so I think I win.
No,
Okay.
no, you don't.
All right.
But no, they weren't. I mean, they weren't white. They lived below their means. So no, and then
does that
Gandalf was
that
definitely
doesn't mean
black.
anything.
What?
That doesn't mean anything.
What? Who are we? Where are
Hobbits lived. The hobbits didn't live below their means. They ate like 9 meals a day.
How do you know that?
Because I read the
I pick-
books. First breakfast, second breakfast, stuff like that. They eat a ton. It's like one of the main things about hobbits. Have you read?
That's so much about hobbits. Like they're, the eating habits of hobbits.
It's
See,
well
this is what Chris is
documented.
getting. This is what
It's
Chris
well
gets because Chris
documented.
didn't want to bring in anybody else. He saw Tommy outside of a club. He looked like, oh, look at the frail little boy that probably has 6 to 3 months to live, and
six to
let's put
3
him on our
months.
show.
That doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Well, sorry, that's how we do math here. But now
You do math.
Tommy's telling you how much hobbits, they have to have 5 square meals a day or they die.
Nice.
Shut up, nerd.
They eat a lot. According to the book, hobbits eat 6 times a day.
Oh, Jesus, shut up.
Don't speak as if they're 10 minutes from here in a town in
Jesus.
Illinois.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
They eat 6 times a day.
That's a lot.
This is the point in the show where I remind everyone we choose to do this 5 days a week, right here.
In the movies, however,
Guys.
there's the inclusion of second breakfast, which implies that there are 7 meals eaten throughout the
7?
day. Yeah. So guess what? I was still kind of right.
They're close.
They eat more than you. They don't live below their means.
How do you know though? That's because they have more
I
food
ju-
or they eat more. What if they portion their food out correctly? You can have 7 meals a day, Tommy.
Have
In
you ever
fact,
met
it's
a
actually
skinny hobbit?
recommended. They didn't. I didn't
Fair
think. I thought
question.
Elijah Wood was pretty portly in that movie. He
Eat-
wasn't completely skinny. He was in good shape.
Yeah, hobbits aren't skinny things. They're normally pretty fat in the books.
I like
Bilbo Baggins.
Tommy,
was.
I like
Tommy
this is-
started the day off. He was a little bit peaked, a little tired from
I
his
don't
big
feel
weekend.
good at all.
He is fired the F up. I like this.
I like
the heat's radiating off
I just find it. I never thought this would be the hill Tommy dies on. Is
him.
how much food hobbits eat. Like I know,
Travis
there's
isn't
no
backing
way.
down either,
There's no
yeah.
way I saw this coming that this was going to be the one that he puts the flag on this hill for this one.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
Travis is like, oh, we're going.
Yeah. Then of
But
course.
Tommy, can I argue though that they are gardeners and they are farmers, so they're capable of creating their own food, right?
Where do you get that information?
It was in the book.
That's true.
It says,
Oh,
ye old Gandalf
Hmm.
enjoys cucumbers that he grows in his
That's not in
patch.
the book. That's not in the book. That's not in the book.
Yes, it is. Chapter
No, it's
3.
not.
Hey,
no, it's
Gandalf,
not.
Travis.
No, hold on.
Gandalf
Chapter
goes
3 of which
farming.
book? Chapter 3 of which book?
Travis, tell him you got the black edition
Hold
and
on.
he wouldn't understand
Chapter
it.
3 of which book?
Yeah. I got the King James version of the book. So
King LeBron James
Sorry.
version.
Yeah, that's right. Trav's mad
It's a good
because he
book.
got out nerded from Jamie Williams' Fancy Foyer. Billy Fat Pants is accusing you of using Obama math, Travis. And Black Sheep wants to
I
know,
miss it.
is Travis part of the Fellowship of the Clean? Since they have him emptying trash cans and sweeping while the real writers work.
I spent a long time wanting to be a hobbit, so we can argue all day long.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Well, there it is.
Yes. And that is.
How did this question not come up in the interview, Chris? How did this not come up in the interview?
Travis, you didn't want a white frat dude. We could have had 7 of them. This is what you get.
I wanted to buy a
Yeah, that's a good
sword.
point.
He wanted to buy a sword.
One of those little
Man.
swords like Sting.
I think we should. You know what, Tommy?
Better small sword, sting or needle? Answer.
Sting.
Ooh,
Sting glows.
ooh.
Tommy, this obviously was your dream at some point, or is
Yes, it was.
Is
It
it
was in-
still?
It was in middle school.
Gardner, do you mind if I sit out for like 5 minutes? I feel like you need to take this line of questioning for a walk.
I just think that. I mean, I don't know. I feel inspired after having TK Kelly on yesterday. They've done the web redemptions on Tosh.0, but they also, they make dreams come true. They give people opportunities on that show. It's wonderful. I think we have an opportunity, and you have an opportunity here. We could probably find a way to make your dream of becoming a hobbit come true.
No, I'm good now.
No.
I still want to go to New Zealand and visit the like Shire where they
No.
had that.
You are going to dress like a hobbit.
Oh, I have a Halloween picture of where I dressed as Frodo. Or
Okay.
Bilbo.
We're going to make this happen one day. I don't know exactly why or how, but it's going to happen.
Lord of the Rings night at the ballpark.
Do they do that?
I don't.
As
They
a
I
might
know.
have
season,
in
as
the
a season
past.
ticket holder, you should, you should
I
bring
have
that up.
yeah. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah. Tomorrow's Star Wars night at the ballpark. And I can't go.
Are you upset?
Oh.
Yeah. I wanted the
Why
shirt.
can't
that-
you go?
I have a meeting I have to go to. But I wanted the shirt they were handing out.
You look really sad.
I am.
Listeners,
It's like
get
a
him a-
cool
get him a
Hawaiian
shirt.
shirt. It's like,
Oh, Chris.
yeah.
Now we're talking. It's my son.
Hawaiian
Mm-mm.
shirt Fridays.
Mm-mm. Chris Demmett, you didn't set his ears on fire.
That's right.
I got my Hawaiian shirt all picked out for Friday. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're gonna relax. We're gonna
Yeah.
cut loose. Work hard, play hard.
I'm gonna wear sandals.
Oh,
But
really?
you guys have something going on at the office on Friday?
Oh, it's casual
Yeah,
Friday.
yeah.
We work hard, we play hard.
We don't include you because you never come to the office.
His couch is still
Sorry,
there.
guys.
Oh, you just said The Office. I wanted thought shower this real quick.
Segway.
Now we don't have to like dive into it, but just tell me yes or no, or if I need more. Recasting call. We were talking about doing The Office recently, right? And I saw The Wire just had what is it? Their 17-year anniversary of coming or debuting. Would it make sense to try to recast The Office with characters from The Wire? Yes or no?
Yes, we're
No,
doing
because
it.
I haven't
Do it.
seen The Wire.
Do it. Do it. Oh,
Okay.
you haven't seen the greatest TV show in history of television?
No.
You
Okay.
saw The Notebook though.
Hey.
And
fine.
of course, apparently, all of the Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. I own them too. I own the like box
VHS?
set. It's
You got
that
the box
too,
set, don't
but
you?
I got the box set. Yeah.
Do you have any swords at home?
Let's leave this alone. All right.
Now I said swords
That's
plural,
where the line's drawn.
meaning more than one. Do
He'll
you
let
have,
you make fun of his heart failure,
Yeah.
but if you bring up his sword collection, it's over.
Do you have swords?
So that's why you steal China from your grandmother, so you can pay for your swords.
No. No. That's not.
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
do it to afford
What
my
else are you
comic
spending
books.
your money on?
Comic
you
books.
you have
Comic
more
books.
than one swords? How many swords do you have?
I have
Tommy?
2 swords.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Can you bring them in tomorrow?
No.
Please
They're
bring
Nerf
them.
swords.
No, I want to see what they look
They're
like.
Nerf swords.
We
He's
can
not
have
going
a-
to take them out of the case. You can't take them out of the
Travis,
case,
shut
Garden.
up.
We can
Thank
have
you,
a sword
Travis.
fight.
That's not gonna happen.
You and I can sword fight.
I have a
Tommy.
shield. It's great.
One shield or more than one?
I think only one of them works right now.
What
I
do you
think
mean?
Do you have
works?
armor?
What? What's that, Travis?
Do you have armor? Do you have armor?
Anyway, look, I got a bunch of Nerf stuff at one point. It's great. It's pretty cool. But the shield got attacked by my dog, which is part of the reason that doesn't.
And it
work.
didn't. And the dog took it.
He got it. He won. So I got one shield for sure.
Okay.
I got 2 swords. I gotta find them.
Bring the swords in.
Okay. I got a bunch of lightsabers. I got those.
Yeah. Bring those in too. Just
Okay.
bring them in. Let's have some fun.
I got
around
a
here.
I got a Star-Lord mask that plays
Oh,
Bluetooth.
Jesus.
Who's Star Lord?
Jesus Christ.
Travis.
Oh,
Travis, do you know who
Oh.
Star-Lord is?
from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes. Okay. He doesn't.
Did you see? Did you see his face? He like stared me down like I'm the biggest effing moron he's ever walked into.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Huh. Huh.
Yeah. Who doesn't know
Guys,
who
we've reached, the
Star-Lord
part of
is?
we've reached the part of the show where we need to talk about today's fair or foul.
We already did that.
We did that.
I appreciate the attempted transition.
You got a
Howard.
melee?
Actually, we do need to get the melee results out from yesterday.
There you go, Travis. I did
All
your
right.
job
What
right.
was the question for yesterday? Thank you, Tommy. I love you.
The question from yesterday revolved around sports fans, particular sports fans, because of what we had going on in St. Louis over the weekend. We had the Bruins and the Cubs in town
Ooh.
to Ursa. And history between those city sports fans and St. Louis. Not good recent history for the Cardinals or the Blues or the Rams when they were here. Just nothing really good this century, I guess. Cardinals earlier. But we asked the question, which city sports fans do you dislike more? Boston or Chicago?
I participated in this poll. I voted for Boston,
Yeah.
mainly because Chicago fans, at least when it comes to their women, they're good looking, where Boston women look like the back of Matt Damon's elbow. So I went with Boston.
You're adapting to your Brooklyn bias well, sir.
Oh, yeah.
So with 3 minutes left in the voting, 57 to 43%. Boston over Chicago right now.
I think when it comes down to
Can
it,
we acknowledge that Boston? Oh, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, can we acknowledge how annoying, like it's something uniquely annoying about Boston sports fans? And I think we discussed it a little bit last week, and it's because a lot of the winning and what are they?
Yeah.
I think would this be a Triple Crown year for Boston if they win the Stanley Cup? They would have won the Super Bowl. the World Series and the Stanley Cup if they were to beat the Blues. So their fans are incredibly arrogant. It's almost as if they have put in the work. They were the ones who are putting the team over the line and why they've been so successful over the last, I guess, 15 years.
Yeah.
But they're incredibly annoying. And so there's a video I saw yesterday of Chris's hero from Barstool. Was it Portnoy? I guess he was at the game last night. And one of the Blues fans, when they were waving the rally towel, purposely slapped him on the back of his head. And he freaked out and got really upset and almost wanted to throw a tantrum. And I'm like, that's typical Boston fan right there. Boston guy has no problem when they're at their stadium or arena, when they're throwing around the N-word, when they're talking derogatory towards women and calling people, homophobic slurs. But as soon as a guy gets hit in the face with a rally towel, all of a sudden Blues fans are classless.
It was rude.
So it was rude. It wasn't called for.
Yeah, but
I'll
it's a
give him that.
Barstool
But
guy.
It doesn't
there
matter.
you go.
It's
Thank you,
still
Tommy.
rude.
There you go. He's Barstool. They can handle it. If everybody else are snowflakes and pussies when it comes to their story, they're not ready for Barstool, and you get hit in the towel and you cry. Come on, Boston. Is this your king, Boston? Is this your king?
No, probably.
You see
not.
how he started crying? He was so sad.
You don't think that was a work?
No, Portnoy's not that smart. He's just rich and white and privileged.
Man, you hit like every internet cliche there is there.
Certainly.
I tried to get them all
impressive.
out there right there.
It's impressive.
No, but
Someday
did you
you'll
it was a
think for
work, Chris?
yourself.
Maybe.
It's a tall
A lo-
task.
You thought it was a work, Demon?
Probably, yeah. I mean, the guy. You're probably right. Where the guy is a little bit of a prima donna when it comes down to it. But I saw that video, and then I saw the tweet, and he did it in Trump style, where he's like the classless St. Louis thing. I think he's doing I think he's doing a heel move. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think in the moment he was probably mad, upset, whatever. But I think there's a little bit of showmanship with that, probably, because he knows it gets people fired up.
I think it's probably just.
How can we capitalize on that?
I think it's probably just a combination
Exactly.
of both.
Yeah.
That's what it normally is
probably
to
is.
me. It's like
It probably is, yeah.
I hate when I get put in the position of it's this or that. I'm like, yeah, it's probably all of that.
A little bit of both.
So, so that's how I would view what I saw from that.
You know who celebrates Blues victories just as hard as you?
Who?
Realtor Tommy Bannister.
Does
That's
he?
right. Circa Properties, Tommy Bannister will hook up Blues fans throughout the St. Louis area. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, be sure to drop Tommy a line. You can find him online. Great reviews. That's right. Tommy Bannister, Circa Properties. Be sure to drop him a line today and tell him Travis Terrell sent you for the TT discount. That is not real.
Chris, can I wish someone a happy birthday?
Yeah, please.
Happy birthday to Beth Hoops of Mid Coast Media.
Big happy birthday to Beth. I'm sure she's tuned in, loyal streamer, listener, watcher. No, big shout out to Beth. Very nice of you, Travis.
You should sing.
I miss Beth. You guys not
Are
so
we-
much, but I
you
miss
wanna all
Beth.
sing? You want to all sing?
No,
No, don't. Let's not
No,
do that.
we shouldn't
it's
do that
still
to her.
early here. Don't
That's,
do that. No, that's
yeah.
not. That would be a kind gift.
Yeah, not at all.
you should get her a gift, Tommy. Perhaps gift her a sword.
Yes, this guy. This guy who thinks I'm going to give away my sword.
It's true.
This guy.
Good night. Yesterday, Gary
Sorry.
Clark Jr. Performed downtown. Things were nuts. Are we going to see? I mean, we've got another game in St. Louis. Honestly, if the Blues pull this off, is it going to be just bedlam? Absolute bedlam.
There's no doubt in my mind that it will be. I think it will rival some of the Cardinal parades should the Blues pull this off. I have to say I did not anticipate this much energy around the Stanley Cup, and I'm in New York, and I can tell how it's absolutely captivated the entire city. And seeing even some of the celebrities that have come out, I think the best tweet perhaps of these playoffs was provided by the great Chris Gardner last night, where we saw Louis the the blue mascot, the Blues mascot, the bear. Take a picture with one great actor, probably top 5 if we're going to be completely honest. Scott Bakula. Look at
St. Louis's
this.
own. That's right.
Kirkwood's
St.
finest.
Louis's own. Scott Bakula in the building, NCIS, New Orleans, and of course, Quantum Leap fame, but more importantly, captain of the Enterprise.
Right. And that's what I want to know. I mean, remember when they renamed Scott Trade Center Enterprise Center? We had a discussion on the radio side that the first home game, they should have Scott Bakula there, Captain Jonathan Archer of the USS Enterprise, there to drop the puck. It just made too much sense. And then he's in the building last night, and I just simply wanted to point out with my tweet that he was there where he belongs, manning the Enterprise. And I just think it's appropriate. That's all. I mean, Scott Bakula, John Hamm. And John Hamm's getting a lot of love. He's the new guy, right?
Yeah.
Scott Bakula was there first.
Certainly.
Scott
was.
Bakula was John Hamm before John Hamm came
How
along.
dare you forget
You're right about
Texas
that.
State quarterback Paul Blake?
I was thinking of him last night.
Oh, what a comeback story. He went and worked on the farm to help out his family. Came back
when
to
he
college
goes,
as a 35-year-old.
This is my throwing hand, and then hits him with the other hand,
That's
and then
right.
it didn't work. I mean, what a great scene in movie history.
Yeah.
Top 100 all time, I'm sure.
Sinbad had a sack dance that he did whenever as,
sure
as
did.
Andre, and what was he, a teacher/player on the team after sanctions hit? Yeah.
And Kathy Ireland, who was like basically the Greg Zerline of the team?
Certainly
yeah.
was, and she had her linemen that would stand in front of her when she would shower in the men's showers. So big fat naked guy blocking the supermodel.
And then she kicked the guy in the balls
Yep.
that was harassing
Classic,
her.
classic.
From? Remember what school he was from?
Dartmouth.
Kansas.
I think he
Kansas.
went to. Oh,
It was
wow.
a Kansas Jayhawk that she kicked in the nuts.
It was, and the Armadillos were fighting, man. They were a tough team, and Rob Schneider was great in the booth.
We've got some, you mentioned the celebrity sightings. We have John Hamm, Jenna Fisher has been there, obviously. Chris Long the other night.
The god of St. Louis.
Isaac Bruce, Jackie Joyner-Kersee. This is all from...
By the way, those 3 people right there you just showed, and then we're going to get to Patty Mahomes there, but those people that you just showed there, 3 of the nicest human beings in all of history. Isaac Bruce, Jackie Joyner-Kersee, Chris Long. We've had an opportunity to talk to Jackie and Chris Long. Isaac Bruce I've met several times, of course, being a Rams fan, and he could not have been a nicer person. All 3 of those people are great human beings. You saw Travis Kelce right there in the throwback Gretzky jersey, Patrick Mahomes, and boy, did I enjoy that, because Kansas City sports fans were absolutely in full meltdown mode.
Were they?
When they saw that?
Were they upset?
Well, yeah, because, here's the thing. Like, they, for whatever reason, and Chris, you lived in Kansas City, so you know this more than anybody, they have to find a reason to hate St. Louis. St. Louis rolls out of bed one morning, brushes his teeth, and Kansas City has to hate that. And so to have their hero, their new god, their new lord, their king of kings, Patrick Mahomes, in St. Louis gear at a St. Louis sporting event, enjoying himself, being cheered by St. Louisans, they were stupid city and their stupid pizza and their stupid raviolis. They're stupid. And they were just completely freaking out, and I loved every second. So I look forward to them saying some stupid things for the rest of the year about the city of St. Louis, and then posting that fine photo there of Patrick Mahomes having a nice frosted cold one in St. Louis in a Blues jersey.
Yeah, they're upset they don't have a hockey team, or really any team playing at the Sprint Center. So that gets them.
I always love whenever they bust
Bust out the what?
they immediately, all of a sudden, any Kansas Citian's an economic expert. Whenever you say, like, well, you don't have an NBA team or a hockey team, and then, well, the conventions that come through do that. Like, you don't give a damn about the conventions.
You
Shut
go
up.
to all those?
You're pissed.
You got,
Yeah.
you got season tickets to the conventions?
Yeah.
Is that what you got
Right.
there?
Yeah,
Right.
Comic-Con season tickets.
Unbelievable.
The
Hey,
city
did you
was
see,
rocking this weekend. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead,
Did you
Carter.
see where NBC, they're doing shots of St. Louis. They have the shots they set up beforehand. Some of them are B-roll. Some of them are just bounce back from break or whatever it might be. Did you see where they took the Stanley Cup? Because I think this is St. Louis centric, but
Oh
The
boy,
it was not a place
am
I
I gonna
thought
like this,
They
Gardner?
took 'em
I
to the
thought they
arch.
would go. They went to Telania's with the Stanley Cup.
Filthy.
That is
What is Telania's?
beautiful.
Now I get
Oh
the
my
shot
God,
they're
that is
getting there
beautiful.
with the mirrors and the disco balls. So Mike Telania's jukebox on Hampton, everyone knows about it.
Uh,
Everyone
Oh,
knows
do
what
we
it
ever?
is.
I
Tommy, don't go. Don't
What
Don't
is
go,
it?
Tommy.
don't go. Just
It
don't.
is
Is it
just
a
There are
the edge of
several.
the earth.
Yeah, there are several places in this town that can rip into your soul. I think Telania's is one. Yes, the old Puig's been there.
Dignity too. Don't forget, rip into your dignity as well.
It's the ultimate. You should have went home an hour ago.
It's
bar.
it's not what I thought it was. So
Great
we're
point,
good.
Chris.
It's not a strip club.
Yeah, Chris.
It
That's
looked.
Chris. In fact, put that on a T-shirt. That's a great. Chris nailed it on the head. It's the. Yeah, I probably should have went home an hour ago.
Yeah, I can think of Telania's, and in that area, not too far away, Cusimano's, down Manchester.
Never been there. I've heard it's.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same
yeah.
thing.
Mm.
If you've ended up there, your night has probably gone on a little bit too far. Now I understand the shot they get because it looks pretty cool, but
It does.
The locals that know are like, and I was thinking, I'm like, this. I know stuff has happened to the Stanley Cup, and I know
the
there's been
Stanley
things
Cup
in
has-
it,
Yes, and it's
and I
been
go, this
inside of things.
might have been the worst place it's ever been.
It has.
It is the worst place it has ever been. No doubt about it. I'm sorry. I know Ovechkin was going around all of Russia celebrating with that bad boy last summer. Nah. No Russian strip club. No gross, grimy Baltimore bar. No. That
Just a
is
dive bar?
easily the most gross. Look at I'm not gonna lie. They need the Blues. If the Blues win the cup, I hope they keep their gloves on
Mm-hmm.
because that thing ain't
How
sanitary.
How many private school educations were defiled because of Telania's and
9.
the meetups that happened there? My God. Oh man.
It's like a Craigslist place.
It's everything you want it to be and more.
You know what it is? It is, Tommy. That's a great way to describe it. If Craigslist had a place to drink at 3 a.m., Telania's would be it.
Yeah, that's fair. Travis, as far as the celebrities go, are you actually you're on board with John Hamm getting all the PR and all the time and everything, kind of repping?
I think the NHL will be missing a grand opportunity if they don't have Krasinski and Fisher do a press conference. Now, I know they're both incredibly busy, so them to be able to, coming to the games are one thing, being able to stop and do some press may be a whole nother thing. But I would love if they could find a way to get John Krasinski and Jenna Fisher on a Stanley Cup stage where they just go back and forth. They both talk about their cities. They talk about the love for both of their teams. I think the NHL will be wise if they can find a way to put them together. That's the celebrity combination press conference that I want to see.
Let's tweet at him.
Okay.
I'm interested to see if there is
CC 'em
Cool
all.
work.
if there are numbers that would back this up, just because we're so close to it and it feels like it's such a big deal. Does anybody outside of St. Louis or Boston and rural Canada care about this?
No.
I don't know. I haven't seen the numbers for it. I would imagine that with the
I would
Blues
not be watching the
being in
Stanley
the
Cup final if it wasn't the Blues.
I can understand that, but I think it's a team that hasn't been there in nearly 50 years, so it's not as romantic as the Cubs, but it's a team that hasn't won it in over 50 years or been even in it in 50 years. You have Boston, who everyone hates, so everyone would love to watch Boston go down.
Yeah, I think
So
hate watching is
don't-
part of it.
Hey, I got
Yeah,
Have you ever watched Stanley Cup before this?
I watched some of it last year. I
But,
did watch some of it last year because, again, there was a similar situation with the Capitals, and they were one of those teams that hadn't been in years and a team that always gets close, similar to the Blues, but never actually makes that big breakthrough. And then, of course, they had former Blue, TJ Oshie, part of the Capitals, so that was a reason to watch. But to Chris's point, I can understand why maybe people outside of St. Louis, Boston, or Canada aren't watching, but I feel like there's a little bit of something there for everyone in this series. But
I
again,
feel like-
I'm biased.
I feel like people watch, they're just not as invested as, St. Louis fans and Blues fans probably are.
Yeah.
True.
Oh,
St. Louis and
no,
Boston
yeah.
fans probably are.
You're absolutely right, and that's natural. And that's why, like, man, the thing is, I guess it never really crosses my mind anymore because I just don't care what other people are watching or if they're watching or not. If I want to watch it, I'm going to. I've never, especially in the past 5 years or so, don't even think about ratings for any sporting event. Like until
That's
it
fair.
pops in my Twitter timeline, Fox Sports Midwest is doing this for Blues games this year, or Cardinals, or this is where NFL overnights were, or whatever. It pops up there, and I might take a peek then, but it's never anything I seek out anymore because it's just, I think,
It's not going to get canceled.
yeah. Well, and I think I don't know why. And arguments ensue because it's like, oh, this sport's better than this or this. It's like people are looking for validation for what they watch.
Right.
You don't
right.
need to do that. Just like it. If you like it and watch it. It doesn't matter.
Can I say this as an aside? And we talked about this a lot on the radio side less than a year ago, and it was in regards to the renovations.
Mm-hmm.
Now, considering that the world has had an opportunity to see what that building is, I believe it's the aldermen's, the St. Louis Blues, a complete apology for just being complete asshats at some points. They had their moments, they had their reasons for doing it, but if the going forward with these renovations is going to turn out to be the most important thing that ever happened to this city, because now the world gets to see what that building looks like. They get to see what goes on around that building, and it was a dump. I can't imagine what people would be saying about St. Louis if those renovations hadn't been made and they were in the Stanley Cup Finals and the building looked the way that it did. I can't imagine what outside media would have said about the Blues in the city of St. Louis had those renovations hadn't been done. And I think one thing I've seen, again, from afar is this, how beautiful the inside and the outside of that arena looks and how everything around it looks on TV. And it kind of gives St. Louis a bit of a shine. So I wonder if those aldermen owe the Blues maybe a small apology for being asshats about the way they went about it.
I would say no, just because I understand them wanting to negotiate certain things and how that lease was. And we know how leases have left this city before.
True.
So I understand that. I thought it was too far when we're starting to get into lawsuits and that, because then I'm asking, is that taxpayer money that we're using for all of this? And we have budget issues? I think probably when you go that, I don't think there's an apology needed necessarily, though. And it's also, it's hard for me to tell what would have been shown and what would have been discussed. But you're right, and ask, because a lot of the things that were done were in kind of the bowels of that arena and where media would have been working. And we know how snarky sports writers in particular can be.
Exactly.
It's kind of a trademark. And so you don't know if I don't know if that would have impacted. It's just hard to predict. I understand what you're saying. I just don't know what would have been said. But it doesn't matter. It's done. What's done is done. And it's nice to see it being displayed how it is.
Well, bravo to St. Louis. Bravo to the fans, because even the folks here in New York are like, "Oh, that's cool." They're seeing it on TV. They're like, St. Louis. And when I was in town this past weekend, after the shellacking in Game 3, the arena, though, outside, I did get a chance to drive by the Enterprise, and it looked spectacular. It really popped, and it was really cool to see how the city has galvanized around this organization. And I think the fans deserve it more than anything. I'm just happy for the fans, happy for the players of the world. I'm happy for the alumni. I saw Brett Hull. I saw a photo, I believe, last night of him flipping off the Boston bench. Like,
is that what he was doing?
It's like, I don't know if it was the Boston bench. That was what the tweet said. The tweet said he was flipping off the Boston bench. He could have been flipping off someone else, but but just to see the alumni come back and just to see the celebrities and the fans, like it's been really cool, especially since, the Cardinals get the bulk share of the attention in the city, and to see folks finally get to show some pride. I saw people in the airport in Charlotte in Blues polo shirts. Like, come on. Are you serious? Like, this is insane how this thing has exploded.
And I want to let people know, never forget. Never forget. We're playing Boston.
Chris, you got to get his ass back. Chris, this is our chance. It's going to go to a Game 7, and you need to find Jenna Fisher, and you two get a pair of skates.
Hmm.
Blues win the whole thing. You guys jump over the glass and start making out on the ice. You and
Yep.
Pam Beasley, my friend.
Yep.
Make it
I think
happen.
that would go over quite well, and people would probably tackle me, say, "You leave her alone,
Yeah.
you goon."
Oh, well, it's worth it. Worth a
Yeah.
shot. Shoot your shot, right?
That's right. Shoot my shot.
Hey, go away, Roy.
I need the Blues to win the
His
Stanley
name
Cup.
is David Denman, that actor.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is it
My
really?
brother's name. Yeah.
Huh.
It's literally your brother's name. That's hilarious.
It is his brother.
Exactly.
I need the Blues to win the Stanley Cup because I know that there'll be a party downtown and that parade. And when that happens, I'm
Uh-oh.
looking at you, Arnold. I'm looking at you, Festus.
Oh, boy.
I'm robbing all your banks that time.
Hmm.
Nice.
stop me.
Smart.
I don't.
No one will be there.
What?
No one will
Is this
be in that
something
town.
I have missed? Do you want to rob banks?
I'm just
He's
looking
an
at.
opportunist.
I'm
He
just
wants to
looking at
run through
demographics.
sewers and rob banks.
Yep. You nailed it, Tommy.
Kind of a supervillain, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a dirty, disgusting one who tops out at like 10 grand.
You're like a sad
Yeah.
Joker.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sad Joker.
Sad
That says a lot
Joker.
because that
He scooters.
statement,
He does scooter around.
that
yeah.
those words are in conflict with each other, much like I am.
Oh wow, that meant so
sad
much more than we
Joker.
Did you take a scooter here today?
No, it was raining. when
Okay,
I-
yeah, I saw that there wasn't a scooter here, and I was like, oh, I hope it got taken already.
Wow.
So
You're gonna get a
mean.
sword
Jesus,
right in your
Tommy.
abdomen tomorrow, Mosslander.
No, I'm not,
Yeah,
because
get his ass.
I'm a good swordsman.
Oh,
Oh no.
You ever fence?
mm.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus
that's right.
Christ, Chris.
You're a
He actually is
fixer,
a
huh?
swordsman in real life. Oh, God.
Hey, you be quiet, Travis.
When you're done looking up swords online, you can check out
Swords.
Pet Once
I
St.
was
Louis
wondering where
West.
this was going.
.com. That's right.
Little game I play.
Fresh food delivered. Pet Once St. Louis West. They've got dog treats, healthy chews, healthy chew bundles, pet relief, Pet Once package treats. That's right. Great ingredients for your pets. Be sure to check out PetOnceStLouisWest.com. Type in your zip code, see if they deliver in your area. They'll bring you food for your cats, your dogs. They'll take great care of you. We are huge fans of them, and you will be too. Check out PetOnceStLouisWest.com and give their Facebook page a like online. Guys, that'll do it for the first hour. Travis, you're holding it down in New York. How does it feel to be back?
It's cool, son. I'm just, I'm
no.
podcasting here.
Well, that's the real bad De Niro impression.
We're hanging out. We'll be back on the other side with the great Brendan Schaefer. You know him from KMOV. He's in town covering the Blues.
I'm podcasting here. Hey.